Bright, colorful anime characters invading your screen, invading your mainstream services, invading your award shows. What are they? As one of the most successful VTubers in the world,
oh brother, this guy stinks!
I'll show you a little bit about what VTubing is and how it's more than just real life anime. Now, if you search up what a VTuber is, your device actually explodes, so no one knows the actual answer. What we do know is that Vtubing originated in Japan, which is important because it explains the vibe VTubers often give. So, why do most VTubers look like anime characters? Because Japan is where the whole concept came from, and anime is a big part of their culture. VTubers themselves are really just people using avatars to make content. Their VTubers are actually just AI, but for the most part, there is in fact a person controlling that character behind the screen. Please remember that, because a lot of VTuber fans don't. One of the first big VTubers was Kizuna AI, who coined the term virtual YouTuber. She's often credited as starting the VTuber blow-up, which was around 2016. Most likely though, your first glimpse of VTubing was probably from Twitch or another streaming platform, because that's where most VTubers nowadays are. The transition from video to streaming started around 2018 and was further pushed by Desanji, which is a name you've probably seen floating around if you did even a surface level dive into what VTubers are. Desanji is a VTuber agency, which is basically just a company who manages VTubers. Some other popular ones are VShojo and HoloLive. A good comparison would be like a K-pop idol agency. Instead of Jungkook, you got Iron Mouse. Instead of Jennie, you got Watson Amelia. Yeah, I know a little bit about K-pop. Just don't test me on idol names, song names, or K-pop terms, but other than that, I basically know everything else. There are VTubers who aren't a part of an agency. Usually they are called independent VTubers, an example being Shy Lily. If you ever dare take the next step into the VTuber rabbit hole and go into the absolute chaos of a VTuber stream, you've probably heard of some words that don't make sense to you, so let's go over a few of them. First off is debut. There is usually a first appearance, stream, or video that showcases a new VTuber avatar with all the assets they have. Assets just being additional stuff that can interact with the avatar, like maybe they have a removable hat they can click on or off. The second term is graduation, which means that VTuber is retiring from the character they created. Basically, they are no longer doing VTuber activities like making content or streaming with that avatar. However, graduation from an agency can just mean the VTuber as well as their character is going solo or is off contract with the agency they're graduating from. The third, and in my opinion, the most important term is... The actual third term or terms is Papa or Mama, which just means the VTuber is referring to the person who made their character arts and the person who made the art be able to move, which is often known as a rigger. There are a lot of other terms VTubers usually use, but a lot of it is either borrowed from Twitch culture like the word booba, or from idol culture like Oshi or Oshibark. Now, all this stuff is just a little bit of what Vtubing is, and you might have realized I didn't really go over much, and that's because Vtubing is very dynamic, which is my favorite part about it. All in all, Vtubing is still a fairly new way to create content. New and novel things are being brought to Vtubing every day. It's because it was so different that it even got as popular as it is in the first place. If you just search up VTuber on Twitter, you'll see characters ranging from demons to bears to dinosaurs. Your character doesn't even have to be living. I've seen VTubers as trucks, so if your goal in life is to create content being a motorized vehicle, babe, you are not alone. With Vtubing, you get to be more inventive and flesh out who you really want to be as a creator. You can create a backstory about your created character. You can choose to stay in character, be yourself, or a mixture of both. The avenue you choose is completely up to you. Even with just your model, there's so much you can do, and even more is being found out. Being a VTuber is a creative's paradise. And the coolest thing about Vtubing is that it gives these creative tools to people who may not have been able to use them. Vtubing, in my opinion, is more of an avenue to content creation. With the world as it is now, jobs over the internet like content creation are becoming more and more sought after. Unfortunately, some things have prevented people from being able to choose this path, whether it's a fear of being doxxed, fear of being harassed for physical attributes they can't change, and can go as far as illnesses that affect a person's body and mind. For the people with legitimate fears to the people who just want to have the joy of creating and being something else for a change, Vtubing is here for them. Of course, there have been ways to make content without showing yourself or just using a moving picture, but Vtubing has introduced the option formally while popularizing it. It gives people the chance to create on an even wider scale, so before you look the other way, maybe give that Vtuber a chance. You may not be able to find their unique humor or entertainment anywhere else. Now, if you're curious about how Vtubers move and how to create the actual model, I will be honest, I have no idea. I am, in fact, a fraud. However, I would recommend just going over to Sci-Fire's channel and watching her videos. Her videos were a huge help to me when I just started my Vtubing journey. I'll put a link in the description. I hope you can maybe start your own Vtubing journey and create something true to you. Your personal style of creating might just be what someone else needs and looks forward to. As always, never stop blooming, and I would love to see you in the next video.